0.00 Boeing in crisis, 0.001. Headlines surrounding Boeing have been dominating the aviation news. 0.4. The company, once known for its reliability, has seen its reputation take a severe blow. 0.07. From emergency landings to fatal accidents, Boeing is facing intense scrutiny. 0.10. Is this a sign of deeper issues within the company, or are there factors beyond Boeing's control at play? 0.12. Let's take a look at some of the most significant Boeing-related incidents of 2024. 0.32. The year started with Boeing's first major incident, 0.34. On January 5th, Alaska Airlines Flight 1282 encountered a dangerous situation when a door panel blew out mid-flight. 0.37. The flight, operated by a Boeing 737 MAX 9, departed from Portland International Airport. 0.43. Just minutes into the flight, at 16,000 feet, a loud bang rang through the cabin. 0.47. The aircraft experienced sudden decompression when the left mid-exit plug door, a panel covering an unused emergency exit, detached from the fuselage. 0.53. Loose items were sucked out through the opening as oxygen masks deployed from the ceiling. 101. In the cockpit, the pilots quickly reacted, initiating an emergency descent to 10,000 feet to stabilize the cabin pressure. 107. Flight attendants moved passengers away from the breach and provided oxygen where needed. 117. We've just depressurized, maintaining 10,000 feet. We need to return to Portland. The pilots communicated with air traffic control. 125. They successfully returned to Portland, executing an emergency landing. 130. Despite the severe decompression and chaos inside the cabin, the pilot's calm response helped avert a far worse situation. 135. 7 passengers and 1 crew member suffered minor injuries. 144. According to statements from the FAA and Alaska Airlines, the plug door failed due to mechanical latch issues, likely weakened by high aerodynamic stress. 152. Without proper pressure to hold it in place, the door was blown outward, compromising the aircraft's structural integrity. 2 Dower the Boeing 737 MAX, already scarred by previous fatal crashes, found itself at the center of controversy once again. 2104. In response, Alaska Airlines grounded its entire MAX fleet for inspections the ESO day after the incident. 211. The FAA issued an emergency airworthiness directive, grounding all Boeing MAX 9 aircraft equipped with a mid-cabin plug door for inspection and possible corrective action. 226. A few weeks later, Boeing faced another emergency incident, this time involving an Atlas Air 747 freighter. 230. The Atlas Air flight, bound for Puerto Rico from Miami, took off without issue, but seconds after departure, an explosion erupted from the left inboard engine, lighting up the night sky. 235. The crew declared a mayday and began emergency procedures. 243. Mayday, mayday, Giant 095. Heavy engine fire, returning to the airport, they declared. 248. Witnesses on the ground reported seeing streaks of fire and sparks from the aircraft. After takeoff, one of the Atlas Air 747's engines erupted in flames. The pilots quickly shut down the malfunctioning engine and activated a fire suppression system. Although the fire was contained, the damage was already significant. The freighter, carrying hazardous materials, leveled off at 3,000 feet and turned back toward Miami International Airport. Despite one engine being out, the remaining 3 engines provided enough power for a controlled return. The plane landed safely, 15 minutes after takeoff. Post-flight inspections revealed that a borescope plug had been improperly secured during maintenance, allowing hot gases to escape and damage the engine's thrust reverser. Fortunately, the aircraft's design and the crew's quick actions prevented a disaster. The FAA and NTSB called for stricter maintenance oversight, especially for third-party vendors. 2 months later, Another incident occurred with United Airlines Flight 35. Just after takeoff from San Francisco, a 256-pound tire detached from the Boeing 787. It crashed into a parking lot, damaging cars, but fortunately causing no injuries. The crew remained calm, and the plane continued its ascent. After assessing the situation, the pilots diverted to Los Angeles International Airport for an emergency landing. Investigators found that improper maintenance procedures likely caused the tire detachment. Later, on March 15th, KLM Flight 1074 from Manchester to Amsterdam experienced a malfunction with the aircraft's flaps, preventing proper lift during landing. The pilots aborted the approach just 500 feet above the ground, climbing to 3,000 feet to troubleshoot. The issue caused a fuel emergency, but the crew managed to safely return to the airport after declaring a mayday. Situation: the pilots 831. Managed the emergency well after 834, extensive troubleshooting the flaps. 836 began responding again, allowing the 839 pilots to attempt another landing fire. 842. Crews lined the runway as the aircraft, 844, approached. Runway 27 the plane touched. 847 down safely, and all 128 passengers, 850 disembarked without 852 injury. The investigation revealed that 855 the malfunction was caused by flap over 857 speed, where the flaps are extended, 859 beyond safe speed limits and wind shear, 9.02. During the aborted landing, the minimal 904 fuel reserve standard on short-haul 906 flights further compounded the crisis. 909, leaving little margin for 911 error, grounded for 9 hours for 914 inspection and repair the aircraft. 916 returned to service later that day, while 919, not necessarily the fault of Boeing. The 922 incident highlights the ongoing 924 challenges in aviation safety, and 926 reminds us of the complexity of air. 928 travel, 929 music, FedEx, 933, 2 months later. Another serious 9